Okay, everyone. No fancy introduction for this one. I just want to show you there's been some issues with knitting. And so I just want to quickly see if we can fix what's going on. So, I'm going to go into data products here, go into final project. So there's really two issues that are happening. One is that if you remember from actually writing the code, when we do the sentiment analysis, we use those three dictionaries. We use Affen, HRC, and Bing, right? And as part of the process of loading them, it asks for you to agree to their user terms, or so it says 1 for yes or 0 for no or something like that. Well, the problem comes when we do our markdown, that our markdown is not interactive. Users can't provide inputs like they can for Shiny apps, right? And so it gets to that point and it's waiting for an input, but because it's a markdown file, it can't have an input. So that becomes an issue. We have a workaround for it, which I'm going to show you. If this decides to load, I'll have to make it smaller too for the screen. So we have a workaround for it that I'll show you in a minute here. And then also there's one other issue. So as this loads up here, all right, let me find, let's see here. Okay, so, Hannah, I'm going to borrow your your file here, since you have it all in one and mine are all independent. Okay, so let me go to my files. Okay. Okay, so one of the issues is with, this is the wrong final project. Did I open? There we go. Okay. So this is, Hannah, like I said, I'm stealing yours just for this demonstration. Okay. So let's try knitting this real quick. And it's going to take a second. It might not like it because we don't have the files in here. But you probably have had one or two or both of these problems occur. One is it'll say you'll have issues with the thing that I just said, the Affen stuff, the dictionaries, and I'm going to show you the workaround for that. And the other one is this weird verb. It'll say something about dplyr verbs. And so what's happening with the dplyr verb issue is that because this is such a long analysis and we've loaded a bunch of different libraries throughout it, what can happen is that some of these libraries like plyr, dplyr, text data, tidy text, all these different things, they could have functions built into them that are common across both, right? And so where we get the problem is with the functions mutate and summarize. And so when we start knitting this, what happens is knitter is working through it using R, and then it gets to those and it's like, there's two mutates. Which one do I use? Better just not use anything and quit. So that is essentially what is happening with those dplyr verb n open bracket, close bracket issues. And so those are real easy fix. I'll show you how to do that in just a second here. Watch, Hannah probably fixed this before I could knit it, and now it's just going to go straight through and not throw the errors because she came to office hours. But we will see. I was working with Tristan today, and I think you guys have probably coded between the two classes like 10,000 lines of R Markdown code, which is pretty impressive. Okay. Right, this is an issue with not having the files imported. So I'll just show you. Okay, so the first one, see, I don't have the obesity file in here. So if you look for mutate, you can see here Hannah's fixed this. So what you need to do is put in front of mutate this dplyr : mutate, right? Is there a space there? Oh, it's weird, it looks spaced out. So for all mutates, what you want to do is put dplyr : and then, so you can use the search function at the top here, right? So dplyr : or what you can do is you can look for mutate like this, and then replace it with dplyr : mutate like this. But make sure that if you do this method, that you do it right from the beginning, because you might have instead this dplyr twice, right? So if I now look for this dplyr, see, I have dplyr mutate because I replaced a couple beforehand. So make sure that you kind of search through it again, and that you get rid of these double dplyrs, because that's going to mess you up, okay? So you want to search through to make sure everything is cool there. So that'll get rid of one of your issues in terms of that dplyr verb error that is thrown up. The other one is summarize. So here, summarize, you want to put dplyr in front of this one too, right? dplyr : summarize. I would just do it by hand just to make sure you don't get those double issues, but it's up to you. Or if you do the find and replace, make sure that you double check that it's correct, and that you don't have two dplyrs like I said. Okay, so that's what you do for these. See, there's not very many for summarize. Like 6 or something. Yeah, that's all of them. Okay. So the other error comes from this affin, right? So as I explained a little bit earlier, the reason for this, so like watch, if I, let's find the first time we use it. Okay, right here. So if I run this, we use this function called getSentiments. If I turn on the console here, what I would also do here, if you have this text added, do update equals false, so it'll only install it one time. Okay, see, here's the problem. Down, you can't see my cursor really. Yeah, you can. Down in the bottom left here. And so it says that you have to agree to this license, this open database license thing. And so it stops, the code stops here waiting for you to hit yes or no. But in R Markdown, because you're just making an HTML document, like that can't happen, right? You can't hit yes or no on R Markdown thing. That's more of a shiny thing. So I'm gonna hit yes here. So how do we get around this? Well, what we're going to do is you're going to go to Classroom, Starter, and this is in the final project. And you're going to copy this file, the affin file, to your working folder, and the NRC. Oops. NRC, more, copy to, yeah, that's what I want. Classroom, my files, and then whatever your working directory is. You've done this for plenty of different files. So essentially what I did is I just downloaded these affin and NRC libraries, the ones that require you to hit 1 or 2 for no, right? And so what we're going to do instead is we're going to say that affin is, we're just going to do read CSV, and we're going to say affin.csv. And so this should work just the same. So I'm going to get rid of all this stuff up here so we can see if it works. And see, you have affin. It has this weird X column, and that's not going to matter though for our analysis. So as you can see, if we run Bing, Bing works just fine. They don't have some sort of license agreement that you have to do. But if we run NRC, we get the same problem. So we're going to say, instead of get sentiments, we're going to say read CSV, and we're going to say nrc.csv. And so this should run just fine and load our NRC. Yep, we're good there. And so now what you want to do, now that you have these loaded like that, is you want to look up get sentiments, right? So you see we have get sentiments here. So instead of get sentiments NRC, we're just going to replace this with just the word NRC. Okay? So this should work. We need a... Alright, hold on. Let me go up here and actually run... let me run down here. Library. This is what happens when you kind of skip around. Run dplyr. What? Okay, that should be good. Alright, so I'm going to run through these just to show you that it works. Well, I could have run dplyr right here. I don't know why that's in there twice. Okay, and so now I replaced, remember, get sentiment with just this NRC, and it should work just fine, right? So now I'm going to find the next get sentiment. You see we have Bing. Bing you can leave, remember, because Bing doesn't require that crazy business of 1s or 2s. So here, affin, we do need to replace. So all I have to do is get rid of the get sentiments part. Make sure there's still one set of parentheses around this, right? So inner join affin. And then down here, get sentiments NRC, you see right here above. I'm going to get rid of that. And this should work just fine. As I say that. Oh, because we see, this is the problem, skipping around again. This one, I think I already ran that, but we'll do that again. We'll do this. We have to do this voyage part here. Now this should run fine. Mutate, wager, inner join, NRC. Oh, I have an extra one of those. Okay. Should have just looked at the error message. There we go. So see, it works just fine now, which is great. Beautiful. So here's another get sentiment. Just replace that again. You can do find and replace, but just double check that you didn't do extra finding and replacing. So you see that works. Bing, remember you can keep that. Doesn't matter for Bing. I'm just going to keep going for a little bit here to see. This mouse needs new batteries. I'm all over the place. Custom stop words. Click it. There we go. Good. Okay, I saw get sentiment down here under this. Oh my gosh, mouse. Bing. Bing is fine. Get sentiments Bing again. Bing is fine. So there might be more in bigrams. All right, let's see. I'm just gonna search for the next one. Bing's fine. All right, so Afin, right here. We're just gonna change this to Afin. Okay. Good. 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 Sweet. So our bigrams work. Look at this. Beautiful. Oh, okay. Remember, Bing is fine. This one, again. Since you already have NRC loaded for like this one, you could probably just say do that. I mean, really, you could just delete this because you already have it loaded above. But however you want to do it, there's no harm in just, oops, you don't want that. So you just say Bing is Bing. And NRC is NRC. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. But you should see that it still just pulls those. Tidy tweets US not found because I didn't go through to this. But that's it. So so those are your big things. Make sure you load those two data sets by moving these two files that I have over here, right in the middle, into your working directory. Instead of the original get sentiment that we started with, replace that with read CSV for both NRC and Afin, because that gets us around having to subscribe to that license or agree to those license terms every time we do it. And then just replace the get sentiment with the names of the data frames, right? Which is Afin or NRC. So that solves that. And then again, the other one is the dplyr issue. So summarize, oops, don't move that. Summarize and mutate are the two that have issues. And if anything comes up like that again, it's generally the same issue. I believe it's only mutate and summarize, but that's it. So I don't want to keep this super long, 20 minutes to explain this. I'm sorry it took so long. But this is an issue, you don't figure out until, you turn in your final projects. So this is like a patch, right? So if you have any other issues, let me know. Tomorrow, the 15th, I'm going to be having office hours from like 8:30 to 10, and from 11:30 to 8:30 to 10 and 11 to 2 for seniors tomorrow, because their grades are due at 3:30. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, I'm going to be having office hours from like 9 to noon, 1 o'clock ish, extended office hours, both those days for people that are not graduating. So yeah, tomorrow's only graduating people. Okay, that's it. 20 minutes. All right. I'm not going to pimp my YouTube channel because this is just for you guys. So let me know if you have questions. I want to help you get through this and get these portfolios up on our pubs. So let me know if you have more issues.